I predict that Porygon Z will be stronger than ever in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So Porygon Z is typically known for Hyper Beam, combined with adaptability and your choice of item, which is typically Life Orb, Choice Specs, or Choice Scarf, depending on how it fits into your team. Because that Hyper Beam is capable of one-shotting nearly anything aside from the bulkiest of Pokemon. But I think the Terrestrialized gimmick would make this Pokemon be at its most dangerous yet, because the Terrestrialized gimmick has a good synergy with adaptability, just giving you a lot of additional power to work with for the typing that you turn into. And if we look at the moveset for Porygon Z, you can see it gets some pretty good moves of different typings, such as Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Psychic, Thunderbolt, and even Solar Beam if you're willing to go that route. Now just imagine Porygon Z being able to have any one of these Tera types, to where you could have Stab adaptability boosted Dark Pulses, or Icy Winds, or Thunders, just to give you an idea of the damage that can produce. Based on some math from a previous video, this is how much a Tera boosted Icy Wind would do into Abomasnow, which, as you can see, that's a lot of damage for what is typically a very weak spread move. But if we go over here to, say, make it Electric Tera type, look at this Thunderbolt. That is going into Stack Attacka, which has a very hefty special defense stat. That is a guaranteed one-hit KO onto the standard Picolytic set Stack Attacka. So this thing's going to have so much offense to work with, but with a variety of typings. It'll do this much damage with Ice Beam, Psychic, and do nearly as much with moves like Shadow Ball and Dark Pulse. And the thing is, you have to predict which one it's going to use. I think Porygon Z has a lot of flexibility, and you can just pick whichever Tera type will fit best with your current team comp. It's going to be so hard to predict which Tera type Porygon Z is going to be running, which can make a turn 1 very difficult to decide what to do. Now, the simple solution to figure out which Tera typing Porygon Z is you could just have both of your lead Pokemon have Protect, and you protect both of them turn 1, a very passive turn. But imagine if this is paired with Hitmontop. Now, Hitmontop has Fake Out and Feint, which that combination essentially forces an option to happen, because now the Porygon Z would be able to get past your very passive Protect turn. And suddenly you have a lead that's very strong, honestly. It has fairly good synergy, and Hitmontop would cover the basic counters to Porygon Z fairly well. So this build right here would essentially set up Porygon Z to be a very strong wall breaker with the Terrestrialized gimmick, and something's going to likely explode on your team if you're not faster than Porygon Z and able to wipe it out very quickly. And while yes, there are counters to this lead, but they're pretty hyper specific, and you would definitely have to plan for this if you want to take it out, because it's going to be very hard to deal with otherwise, because once Porygon Z gets going, the damage output it's going to be putting out, unless you have resist to whatever Tera type it has, it's going to be doing a lot of damage very quickly.